I'm Dave Daly with MobileDeviceTV.com. I'm here today at the League of Oregon Cities 2016 conference in downtown Salem. I have with me here Jerry Willey. He is the mayor of Hillsboro, and such exciting things are happening in Hillsboro. It's really has so many things that it is actually doing what a lot of communities are wanting with expansive housing and the expansive growth of a major employer in our state. But Jerry, to be here at League of Oregon Cities, to meet with your peers and other state leadership on resources to help guide Hillsboro forward. How's it been here at this year's conference?
Well, this is an excellent opportunity, just as you said, for the mayors, the other city councilors to get together and talk. And we discuss things that are common to all of us, transportation and infrastructure, all those things. And what we find out is that there's a camaraderie amongst each one of us. And so we can call upon each other and we know each other by name. And that makes a big difference in how we deal with common issues.
Yeah. And we interviewed a couple of your council candidates. And these are new, wonderful Hillsboro citizens who are just engaging, I want to be a volunteer. And your city valued that enough to say, you know what, you may not be able to attend a council meeting and get the true best practices. They're here meeting with top agency offices. They're meeting with experienced counselors, and it's such a positive thing. I just want to congratulate you and your city manager for valuing giving these young counselors that opportunity. And to the League of Oregon Cities that has provided this for over 100 years, what do you want to say to this leadership? It's a lot of infrastructure to get all this in one building, all of you here. What do you want to say to our great leadership?
Well, I think it's obviously this conference is a great opportunity for those counselors that are running for office for the first time. I mean, the learning curve is pretty significant, and so we like them to hit the ground running as best we can. This conference provides them with a great opportunity to do that.
Yeah. And with the city of Hillsboro, you're really advancing with video, using that mechanism to empower your youth advisory council. And share with our audiences how that's been for you as a city to embrace this new multimedia way of talking to citizens.
Well, it's worked wonderfully. Of course, our best example is the State of the City that I do every year in January. We've used video presentations for that, and we've also incorporated our YAC students in that. That's the Youth Advisory Council kids, as well as the Future Connect with PCC. As you may not know, the City of Hillsboro contributes $100,000 every year to PCC to educate 50 of our high school students graduating and going to college. And about 90% of those kids, they are first-time college students in their family. And so when you can bring those kids in and they get to tell their stories of their first year, and then you introduce the YAC kids with it, I mean, you've got a youth motion that no one disagrees with. It's just really refreshing.
Wow, fantastic. So should someone here around the state or in Hillsboro want to connect with you, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, you can always go on the website of the City of Hillsboro, and you can send an email to the mayor, and I get all of those emails. They come directly into my inbox, and so, yeah, that's how we best respond, I think. Or you can just call the city.
Yeah. Well, we're just excited to see what Hillsboro will look like in 10 years, because I do not think it's going to be the same streets that we have known, access to Highway 26, access to TV Highway, with all those housing and parks coming in. You really have a canvas to paint, but just want to thank you for your past leadership. I know all the citizens of Hillsboro are lucky to have you. And you've worked with a great council, a lot of great volunteers, and our city staff have really put Hillsboro on the map.
Yes, and I appreciate those too. I'm in my 8th year. We have term limits in Hillsboro, so at the end of this year I'm done. But it has been a great 8 years. It's been very rewarding for me. And you're right, you can't do these things if you don't have a city council that kind of tracks with you, thinks like you do. And when we disagree, we talk about that and then we move on. Yeah. And so we find solutions to get that done. So I think our mantra has always been getting to yes, and I think that's what you see most in our city as far as across the board. We look for solutions.
Well, and in closing here, you may be living in Hillsboro and want to get involved. You may want to be part of the next visual or narrative of Hillsboro. And so Jerry, what would you recommend to these great people that want to volunteer and bring a resource, whether they're in accounting or design or working in parks? What do you recommend to our Hillsboro citizens to get involved?
Well, obviously, they need to be checking our website because I appoint a number of people every year to boards and committees all through the city. We also have Hillsboro University, where we're bringing people in and just educating them on all the different opportunities they can have to volunteer and to serve. And maybe there's something in there that really excites them, so they can get further involved and run for office.
Wow, fantastic. Well, your term is coming to an end. Everybody comment below thanking Jerry for all he's done. Thank his family, because they have had to not allow him to be at, I'm sure, many events while you donated so much of your time to this wonderful city. Please express to your family that we appreciate it, and it's noted. It's a really big sacrifice.
You bet. Thank you. It has been very, very rewarding, though, and I think for me and for the family. So it's been a good thing.
Thank you very much for talking with us today. Thanks, League of Oregon Cities. Tremendous conference this year, dealing with prevailing issues, and we were here to make our state be the best it can be. Thanks for talking with us again.
Great.
And for more great stories, visit mobiledevicetv.com. Thank you. All right.